If you think you need to deserve something to get it, you've been taught wrong. That line probably stopped you for a second, didn't it? Let's be honest. We've all been fed this idea from the very beginning. Work hard, be good, do the right thing, and you will deserve good things in life. It's noble. It's comforting. It's what we want to believe about how life works. But let me ask you something, and I want you to answer with brutal honesty. Have you ever seen someone who seemed to deserve everything and yet got nothing? And have you ever seen someone who, let's just say, didn't seem to deserve anything and yet got it all? Yeah, we all have. That's where this conversation begins. Let me tell you something that changed my entire life and the lives of countless people I've worked with over the years. It was never about deserving. It was about believing. Now, before your mind resists that, before it throws out all the old programming your parents, teachers, and society installed in you, just sit with me for a bit. Let's walk this road together. When I was younger, I thought I had it all figured out. I believed that if I could prove myself enough, be good enough, humble enough, hardworking enough, then life would reward me. I treated life like a vending machine. Insert effort, press deserve, get the reward. But over time, that machine seemed broken. I would work hard, sacrifice even, and still be left empty-handed. Meanwhile, others would glide through with less effort and get exactly what I wanted. It made me bitter. Maybe it's made you bitter too, but bitterness was my teacher. And what it taught me was this: life doesn't respond to who deserves. It responds to who believes. You see, the world isn't operating on a merit-based system the way you think it is. It operates more like a mirror. It reflects not what you're owed, but what you're convinced is yours. And this is where most people go wrong. They say things like, "I've worked so hard I deserve this promotion," or "I've been nothing but loving, I deserve to be loved back." But let me challenge that. Do you truly deep down believe that what you desire is already on its way to you? Or are you secretly begging, pleading, trying to prove to the universe that you're worthy? Because here's the secret the most powerful people know. You don't receive when you finally deserve. You receive when you finally believe. Let me tell you a story. I was mentoring a young man. Let's call him Jay. Talented, brilliant, heart of gold. He wanted to start a business, and he had this amazing idea. But every time he was about to take a leap, he'd stop himself. "Maybe I'm not ready," he'd say. "Maybe I need a few more certifications, more experience, more time." What he really meant was, "Maybe I don't deserve it yet." And so, month after month, he prepared. He over-prepared. He sat on the edge of greatness but never jumped. Until one day, I asked him something simple. What if you already have what it takes, but you're just waiting for permission from someone who will never give it? He went silent. Because he realized he'd been waiting for some invisible authority to tap him on the shoulder and say, "Okay, Jay, now you deserve it." But that day, he decided to believe instead. Not because he had new qualifications, but because he chose to believe he was already enough. Within 6 months, he had launched his business. Within a year, he was earning more than his old boss. Not because he became more deserving, but because he finally believed he could. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, but what about morals? What about people who cheat or manipulate their way into success? Are they just believing harder than everyone else? That's not the point. The point is, Belief is a mechanism. It works whether you're good or bad, honest or deceitful. Like gravity, it doesn't care if you're a saint or a sinner. And that is why you see people who don't deserve it still end up with the things you want. Because while you're quietly doubting yourself, they're out there confidently claiming space. They don't need to feel they deserve it. They just decide to act as if it's already theirs. Now let me be very clear here. I'm not saying effort doesn't matter. But effort without belief is like watering a plant with no seed in the ground. You can work yourself to the bone and never see results. Because underneath it all, you never truly believed you could have it. You were too busy trying to be worthy. And what a trap that is. The idea of deserving is based on external validation. It asks, have I done enough to be allowed to receive? Belief, on the other hand, is internal authority. It says, I choose to receive. I expect it. I am a match for it. And the universe, God, source, whatever you call it, responds to that. Let me ask you something. What would your life look like if you stopped trying to deserve things and started believing they were already yours? Would you stop settling in love? Would you finally go after the dream you've shelved for years? Would you carry yourself differently? Would you walk into rooms expecting good things instead of hoping you're enough to get them? Think about that. Because the moment you shift from "am I good enough to get this" to "this is already mine, I'm just aligning with it," everything changes. Another story. A woman I worked with, Alina, was stuck in a cycle of attracting emotionally unavailable partners. Every time she'd say, I guess I don't deserve the kind of love I want. But one day she flipped the script. She stopped asking, what do I need to fix about myself? And started saying, I already am the kind of woman who receives deep, honest love. She said it every morning. She walked like it, talked like it, decided it. Within weeks, she met someone radically different from all her past relationships. Why? Because her belief told the universe, this is who I am now, match me. And it did. You see, belief isn't just wishing, it's identity. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you identify with. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe is already part of your world. And belief, when practiced daily, reprograms your subconscious. It stops you from sabotaging. It helps you see opportunities where others see obstacles. Because now, you're not trying to prove you deserve it. You're simply aligning with it. And alignment is what magnetizes everything you thought you had to chase. I know this might be a lot to digest. You might be thinking, but I've been taught to stay humble, to not expect too much, to wait my turn. Let me lovingly say, that belief system is exactly what's keeping you small. Your humility is beautiful, but don't let it turn into self-denial. Don't let it keep you begging life for breadcrumbs when you were meant to sit at the feast. You can be humble and believe you're worthy of great things. In fact, believing is the most respectful thing you can do for yourself and for the source that created you. Because what you're really saying is, I trust the gifts I was given. I trust the vision I was shown. I trust that what I desire desires me too. That's not arrogance, that's reverence. So let me leave you with this. If you've been waiting for a sign that you finally deserve to go all in on your dream, this is your sign to stop waiting. If you've been wondering when the world will give you permission to ask for more, this is your permission slip. And if you've been praying for a breakthrough, thinking it will come once you've done enough, Let me remind you, it will come the moment you believe enough. Not hope, not wish, believe. Believe so deeply that your actions align with that belief. Believe so boldly that the universe has no choice but to meet you there. Because in the end, my friend, it was never about deserving. It was about believing. And the moment you believe that is the moment your life begins to change.